Good afternoon, Pokemon community. You can call me Trainer Zed, and we are here today with Fletchling Community Day. And something that is personally more exciting to me is that Vulture has returned to 1-star raids, and so has Roggenrola. So I'm obviously going to be doing as many of those as I possibly can because, again, I really want that Great Ball shiny. And we're going to start the day off with a Vulture Raid. Let's go ahead and give him a shiny check here. Not shiny. And the IVs on this bad boy, let's take a look. Not great. Really bad, actually. Oh my goodness. And of course, with today's Community Day, we got a Bravest Bird research. Let's go ahead and see what Professor Willow has to say about this interesting Community Day. Hey there, Trainer Zed. How's your day? Personally, mine is going swimmingly, or perhaps flappingly. You see, an enormous flock of Fletchling has gathered nearby. I heard some Pokemon chirping up a storm, so I went to investigate and found Fletchling as far as the eye can see. Fletchling is known as the tiny robin Pokemon, and it is typically quite amiable? Fletchling is known as the tiny robin Pokemon, and it's typically quite amiable and easy to train. Send it into battle, though, and you'll quickly see its more ferocious side. A fascinating little Pokemon, but as glad as I am to see it here, it's quite odd for so many to gather in one place. Would you mind conducting some research so we can better understand what's going on? And the first stage is power up Pokemon 10 times, catch 15 Fletchling, and make 5 nice throws. And I was especially excited for Fletchling Community Day because I thought that I had not dexed Fletchling yet. So I was super excited to shiny dex the entire family until I realized that I had already dexed Fletchling, and that was for one of the research weeks recently. However, I will be able to shiny dex the rest of his family through the evolutions and get the Community Day move on some really good shinies, hopefully. I do apologize in advance for the windy weather. It's very windy today. The upside to that is that it's very cloudy as well, and lots of cloud coverage provides much more ample filming locations, but it's also very noisy. Voltorb check number 2. Come on, baby. Got a shiny Fletchling here. Looks like we're going to be filming in the car today, just purely out of necessity. But this shiny Fletchling is special because it is number 15. And typically I don't count my shinies throughout the Community Day until the very end. But part of the quest line was catch 15 Fletchling, and I think that the reward was an encounter, which assumingly is going to be a Fletchling. And I don't really know if it helps, but I wanted to see if catching 15 shiny Fletchling would increase the shiny chances of this little Fletchling here. Let's give him a check. Not shiny on this one. So throughout the duration of the first 2 hours of the event, I've only been catching shiny Fletchling. To add up to that 15 Fletchling, I didn't catch any normal ones. Alright, so let's go ahead and claim the last step in this stage. 1,000 Stardust, 10 Pineapple Berries, and then another encounter, assumingly a Fletchling. Yes, not shiny. Great work, trainer. Looks like you've got your very own Fletchling to join you on your journey. Did you know that Fletchling's body is always warm? In fact, trainers who live in cold areas apparently sleep with this Pokemon in their beds. How about that? A little heater Pokemon. I'm always fascinated to learn how Pokemon and their trainers work and live together. And it never hurts to know how to cope on cold nights, huh? Anyway, Fletchling evolves into the fire and flying type Pokemon Fletchender, known as the Ember Pokemon. Fletchender is exceedingly territorial and aggressive. It's also incredibly fast. Its speed from takeoff puts it easily among the fastest of all bird Pokemon. When you're ready, why don't you try evolving your Fletchling into Fletchender? I'd love to witness that famous speed firsthand. Again, we have catch 15 Fletchling, transfer 10 Pokemon, evolve 3 Fletchling. 3 more tasks completed here. First one's not shiny. Number 2, come on! Task number 3, not shiny. And the next step requires us to evolve a Fletchling into Fletchender. So let's go ahead and check for our best one. That's an 86, 85, something like that. That's an 89. And that's another 89. This one has full attack. So let's go ahead and evolve this one and Shiny Deck Let's go ahead and evolve this one and Shiny Deck's Fletchender. It only costs 25 candy to evolve it into Fletchender, but I have been pineapping all of the Fletchling that I can because I didn't have very much Fletchling candy to begin with. And let's go ahead and take a look at this one. He looks very similar to Fletchling. He's got the gold tips on his wings, sort of a tan color on his underbelly. It looks really nice. It's a pretty subtle shiny, but it's got enough differences to make it a good one. That will wrap up page 2 of the Bravest Bird. Let's go ahead and claim these candy, some That will wrap up page 2 of the Bravest Bird. Let's go ahead and collect these candy Pokeballs in the encounter, which I'm assuming is a Fletchender again. And it looks like Fletchender's underside, or tips of his feathers, are actually more of a gold than I thought on the standard. So maybe the shiny isn't super different. And the final step in this stage, 10 Great Balls, XP. Let's go ahead and claim the encounter again. Oh, Fletchling. That's a mighty fine Fletchender you have there, Trainer Zed. Congratulations. Naturally, I've been busy as well. In fact, I have some information you may find useful as you train Fletchender. You see, Fletchender is known to expel embers from its beak to set grass on fire. Then it pounces on the bewildered prey that flees from the flames. Pretty intense, huh? Best not to wing it during training. If you catch my drift, try not to let any fires Fletchender starts get out of hand too. We're all responsible for caring for our environment, after all. With that said, there are still a few more tasks I'd like you to complete in aid of our research. Chief among those is to obtain Talonflame, the evolution of Fletchender. They're said to have simply magnificent wings. Do you think you could evolve your Fletchender trainer? I certainly could. Make 3 great curveball throws, evolve 1 Fletchender, and transfer 10 Pokemon. 3 more Fletchling encounters here. First one, not shiny. Come on, I just want a shiny one. It definitely seemed like during the first half of the community day, the shiny rates were not as high as previous ones, but during the second half, it's definitely picked up quite a bit. I'm not entirely sure what the total shiny count is going to be for this community day. It's still very windy, but it should be comparable at least to the other community days. Encounter number 2, not shiny. Come on, this might be the last encounter. I don't know how many more encounter tasks I'm gonna find. This one's not shiny either. Ah! I can, however, complete the task Evolve a Fletchender. Let's go ahead and do that now. This is, again, going to Shiny Dex. And there he is. His red becomes much more vibrant, and his underbelly is sort of a tannish gold. This is really where the shiny shines, because the first 2 aren't super amazing, but this one is really, really cool. And this one's an 89, full attack, also has the legacy move. I think it's Hurricane. That means we can move on in the Bravest Bird, claim these Great Balls, Gold Raz, Fletchling Candy, and we get a Rocket Radar, some Ultra Balls, XP. Welcome back, Trainer Zed, and hello, Talonflame. I know I've put you through your paces today, but it's all paid off in the end. You're now the proud trainer of a Talonflame, the Scorching Pokemon. Talonflame is known to shower embers from the gaps between its feathers during the heat of battle, and then takes to the air, reaching speeds of up to 310 miles an hour. That's insane! Remember how I mentioned Talonflame's wings before? Fire can't pass through them, so they were used to outfit firefighters way back when. That's kind of an interesting little piece of lore. Amazing stuff. I'm always impressed by this brave bird. The 2 of you will no doubt accomplish great things, and at great speeds. Thank you for your help today, trainer. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Now, let's go! And the final stage, of course, is complete. Let's go ahead and claim this encounter. I'm assuming it's going to be a Talonflame. Oh, it's a Fletchling. Not shiny again. And the last step in this stage, 2,000 Stardust, 2 rare candy, and then this is probably going to be the Talonflame. There he is. See, the standard Talonflame has a much more dull, orangish red, and then the underbelly of him is gray. I really, really like the shiny. It makes him match his name much more. Talonflame, it makes him look much more like a fire-type Pokemon. Talonflame is caught. This one already has the legacy move, and it's not that great. There is about an hour and a half left of the event. I'm going to continue to hunt down those tasks. Hopefully I can get another set of 3, and then we'll finish up with our evolutions. And before I forget, there are the snapshot encounters. Let's go ahead and get a picture of little Fletchling here. Let's get a little closer. Come here, Fletchling. All right. Snapshot encounter, what is this? That's a real photo bomb if I've ever seen one. It looks like he's just flying into frame. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's got to be one of my favorites, and the reason it's one of my favorites is because it almost looks like he's being hit by your car, and he's like stuck on the windshield, and he's just like hanging out. He's like, what's going on? I love that one. Oh my god. Fletchling! Fletchling! Alright, well, 3 more Fletchling encounter tasks here. The first one, not shiny. Fletchling! 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 Encounter number 2, let's take a look. No! Fletchling! No! Come on, buddy! What the heck? Alright. Encounter number 3. Hopefully I can stack 3 more because this one is not shiny. And here we have another Vulture Raid. Come on, baby. I'm just going to be hunting this guy forever, aren't I? Alright, 3 more encounters stacked up. Last 3. Come on. This one's not shiny. Encounter number 2. Not shiny. Come on. Come on. Please. Encounter number 3. Come on, this is the last one. Shiny luck. No! And that just about does it for Fletchling Community Day. Let's go ahead and get the evolutions. I did already sort through them, and I named them Fletchling with the little star, the best ones that I'm going to evolve. This one is a shiny. Let's check the IVs real quick. This one is another 89, which is a really, really, really good shiny. Gonna go ahead and evolve this one into Talonflame. It's cold. There's Fletchender there. And evolving to Talonflame. And the whole Fletchling line is kind of interesting with its shinies because I honestly prefer the shinies over the normals, even though the shinies aren't that drastic of a color change. Again, Talonflame here, much brighter red, much brighter, like tannish, goldish, and it matches the name far better, as well as the typing. This is a non-shiny Fletchling. This one is a 93. Let's go ahead and evolve him as well. There's normal Fletchender, and make him all the way up into Talonflame. Ooh, I actually do like, I think that Fletchender's tail feathers are like black and yellow, and that's a really kind of yeah, so same with Talonflame here. I actually really like that. I'm not sure what it looks like on the shiny, but on the next evolution I'll go ahead and check that out. Here's the shiny. This one is another 89. So 3 89 shiny Talonflames from this event. That's a pretty good haul, especially considering none of them were from tasks. But for 5 hours of the event, it was windy weather, which weather boosted them. This last hour, it did start to rain a little bit, so that changed the game weather to rain. And it looks like the tail feathers on the shiny ones are white and black, which is still neat, but not as cool. And evolve this one into Talonflame as well. Although Talonflame's tail feathers are yellow and the dark red, and that looks really cool as well. 2 more evolutions to do. It doesn't look like we have enough candy, so I'm going to have to use some rare candy on the final one. But that's what the rare candy is for. Throughout the entire duration of the event, I'm sure I used, I don't know, 80 plus pineapples, something like that, and I still didn't get enough candy to evolve my usual 6. And again, that's because I really wasn't catching any Fletchling. Before this, I was saving it because I thought I hadn't dexed it. Thanks to one of those events, I had to dex it. It would have been really, really cool to shiny dex the entire family, but sadly I wasn't that lucky. Alright, final evolution here. We can get to Fletchender, or not, yeah, Fletchender. I don't know why that sounded so wrong coming out of my mouth. I will then have to go to items, rare candies, and let's get it up to 100. Oh my gosh, that's almost going to be 100 rare candies. Woo! 94 rare candy. Am I sure I want to do that? I had like 800. Let's go ahead and do it. Just to get this last evolution out of the way. And I don't think I checked the IVs of these last two, but one of them was a 96. And that was the best one that I got throughout the whole event, shiny or not. I really wish it had been shiny. That would have been amazing, but let's go ahead and see. I think it might be this one. Yep, 96. So that one was definitely worth using the rare candy on, even though I probably could have not evolved one of them. And a really cool thing I just noticed is on the back of Talonflame, I guess it's all over his body, is like a fire pattern, and it's on his wings, and the shiny one just looks amazing with that reddish, orangish pink, and the darker tan as opposed to the gray. Oh, the shiny, seriously, the shiny of Talonflame is amazing. And I did add enough Fletchling candy to have 100 to get the evolution, just 100, and it left me with 1. I feel like it almost always does that, which is kind of interesting. But I think that's going to wrap it up for the community day. Let's go ahead and do one more thing here. Shiny and age 0. Get our shiny count for the day, 53, and that is a lot higher than I expected because, again, during the first half it seemed like his shiny rates were not near as boosted as the previous community days. But there is still about 10 minutes left. I might get a couple of more. I don't think I'm going to get up to 60 like I did with, I think that was Porygon, but I'll probably get a couple more before I wrap it up. I do want to know, how was your community day? What did you think of the photobomb? I absolutely loved it. I think that is my favorite by far. And did you get some good evolutions? I know that this particular Pokemon Fletchling hasn't been out for very long, so it hasn't given us a whole lot of time to collect the candy like you saw. So hopefully you were able to evolve your best IVs, your best IV shinies, and just let me know how your event went. I think that about wraps it up for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next adventure.